hey, you big, dumb, stupid idiot. You're here because you're here because you market like a big, dumb, stupid idiot. Maybe you think you do. I don't know. That's what we're going to discuss today. Creatives have this weird marketing allergy. I don't know what it is about you. I've been you. I've been around you people coming up on decades, plural. I've been around creatives, freelance creatives specifically. And we all kind of have this weird marketing allergy. And it's weird for a few reasons. One is you hate doing marketing. And when you're pushed into a corner where you're forced to do marketing because you have no other options, you end up self-sabotaging. And then second weird thing is marketing works wonders on you. And I can say this after spending tens of thousands of dollars per month on paid ads, profitably targeting creative freelancers like you. Maybe you specifically found me through ads. And so I know it works on you. So you're susceptible to marketing. And that's okay because marketing is not a bad thing. It's not evil. I'm literally marketing to you right now. This is a podcast. This is content marketing. So there's all sorts of weird junk in your head around marketing. And that leads to some pretty weird behavior. Some might even say dumb, big, dumb, stupid, idiot behavior, which is the continuation of this entire 3-part stupid series I'm doing. And here's the dumbest thing. You know it in your heart of hearts. You know you need to market your services. You know that people aren't going to magically find you and you're not getting enough referrals to keep yourself booked solid. And yet you don't take this seriously. That's dumb. That's big, dumb, stupid, idiot behavior. That's why this series exists. And you don't realize this should be a regular part of your life if you want consistency. You want consistency in your income, we need consistency with marketing. If you want to get away from the feast-or-famine roller coaster that you're going through right now, maybe you're in that famine right now. Hell, maybe you're in that feast right now where things are great and you're feasting and you're feeling great. And you're like, I'm going to listen to the podcast today because I'm feeling so good. Brian's going to pump me up. I'm right here to tear you right back down, bring you right back down to earth. You're on a feast right now. Boom, you're going to be in a famine in like a couple months. So let's just talk about this right now. Let's get into this. If you're new here, hi, I'm Brian Hood. This is the 6-Figure Creative Podcast. This podcast is for creative freelancers like you who are going on the ups and downs of life as a freelancer. And you feel like that's probably not how things should be. Well, I take influence from my background, 10 plus years as a music producer, my background in software as a service, my friends in other businesses, my people I look up to in other businesses, other industries, the 250 plus freelancers that we coach regularly on a month-to-month coaching program that we run, where we learn and then get to see underneath the hood of what works, what doesn't work, what junk they come to us with. All of this stuff I bring to this podcast in order to help you, the listener, run a better business, make more money without selling your soul. If that sounds interesting to you whatsoever, welcome. I mean, this is the third part in a series. I don't know why you're joining for your first episode on a third part in a series, but you're kind of a big dumb idiot. So that checks out. It checks out. All right. So let's talk about, I got five different big dumb stupid behaviors I want to talk about when it comes to marketing, with the goal being, I'll tell you what to do instead of these 5 big dumb things. Because I don't want you to be an idiot. I want you to be big brain, not smooth brain. So the first big dumb idiot behavior is only marketing your services when you are desperate. This is what regularly happens. You disappear when you're booked up, feeling good, riding high. I'm fat and happy. I'm feast mode right now. And then when the inevitable crash comes, you come back down to earth, you start panic posting when that calendar dries up. You treat marketing like it's a fire alarm. You pull the alarm when things are burning down. You flip that switch. Anyone ever, in high school when it was just someone would try to play hooky, flip the little fire alarm down? I was that kid. I was the one doing that kind of crap. I was truly a big dumb idiot in high school. So we know inconsistent marketing means inconsistent income. So whenever you are just marketing when you're desperate, you are just going to have clients come in 2, 3, 4, 5 months from then. What we eat today is the seeds we planted 3, 4 months ago. And so if we know that's true, then we know that's what creates the feast or famine cycle that you're fueling yourself. So what do we do instead? Well, we know that consistent marketing will create consistent income. And that means when you're full, when you're booked solid, when things are going great, when you're fat and happy, when your bank account's full, when you've had your best month ever, you keep marketing. You don't stop. You don't give up. You don't say, I'm too busy for that. You carve out time. Just like I've doubled my business the last 2 years. I'll double it again this year. Maybe we'll double it again next year. The most successful ever. We keep having the best months ever. Great. That's all wonderful. I still go to the gym every day. I still market every day. I don't stop. Simply build a marketing routine that you stick to when you are busy. Just set some sort of baseline. This is something I made up for this episode. Take it away. Run with it. This is an easy routine to follow. It's the 1, 2, 3. Holy shit. That's so easy. 1, 2, 3. Can I remember that? What did Brian say today? 1, 2, 3. Yes. 1, 2, 3. Even smooth brain can follow 1, 2, 3. One post a week. Post once a week. Some of you aren't doing once a month. Some of you aren't doing once a year. Hell, I don't even post once a week. Our business account does. I don't even post once a month. I don't even post once a year on my personal account, but our business account posts every day, I think. My team runs that. I don't even mess with it. But you don't have a team. You can post once a week, if for no other reason than just so that your social media accounts don't look like you're a dead man or woman. That's the 1. The 2 is 2 follow-ups per day. You've got leads that have come in, people that didn't book, people that didn't pay, people that did pay and then it's been a long time. Maybe it's been 6 months, 8 months, 12 months. Maybe they use your services again. 2 follow-ups per day. You can find someone in your CRM, which if you don't have a CRM, my God, get a CRM. 2 follow-ups per day. Go look through your backlog, look through your CRM, see leads that maybe the conversation died, they ghosted you. Follow up. That's 2 today. Every day you can follow up with 2 leads, 2 new leads. And if you use a CRM that allows you to set reminders to follow up, you can make this really easy on yourself. And then the 3, that's the 1, that's the 2. Here's the 3 DMs per day. At the very least, if you're not running ads, you're not doing something else, just DM 3 new people a day. That's sustainable. It's not a good volume of people. If you're trying to do cold outreach for real, it's going to be more like dozens a day, if not 100 plus a day to do it right. But 3 is better than nothing. Alternatively, you could do something like launch 3 new ads a week just to keep your ads fresh. And even that's probably overkill for most freelancers are spending like $5-10 a day, up to $20 a day. That's $300-600 a month. It's not that much. You don't need that many ads when you're doing that. At our ad spends, we need to create like 50 new ads a week. That's what Hormozy himself told me. And I have not been doing that. So we're working on fixing that. So the point here is just set something you can actually do no matter what. No matter how busy you are, you can make 1 post a week. You can follow up 2 leads a day in your pipeline, and you can send 3 new DMs a day. Just something that's sustainable over time. And also, maybe I start here instead, spend time on reusable marketing assets. What do I mean? Building case studies. You take time, it takes effort to build a good case study out from your work, but you can reuse that over and over again. Something that be front and center on your website, something you can send potential clients, something you can even use in ads. You can use case studies like that in retargeting ads. You can also spend time gathering testimonials or getting reviews. If you have a Google listing, get a lot of reviews on Google listings. 100 plus is great. At least 20 or so is at least some amount of social proof. If you don't have reviews, get a lot of testimonials from your past clients. That takes a little bit of time. But again, those are things that can be reused. You can put them on your website, put them on different landing pages. And then the third kind of area you can spend time on that's a reusable asset is things like writing evergreen emails. If you have an email list or you're running ads or you're doing any sort of thing where you get new people into your world, having an evergreen email series is a wonderful way of essentially indoctrinating people into your world so that they understand what you offer, how you're differentiated, maybe sharing some of the case studies you have. All those take a little bit of time, but when you're done, they continue to work for you for the rest of their life. We wrote our Nurture series for 6 Figure Creative like second quarter of 2024. And here we are over a year later, and it's still running. That was written one time, and it continues to nurture tens of thousands of leads a year throughout time. And we're working on a new one now. So that's wonderful. So that is big, dumb, stupid idiot behavior number 1. Only marketing when you're desperate. And that's how you create those nice little famine periods. Ooh. All right. Big, dumb, stupid idiot behavior number 2 is posting content for other people just like you. Or on the flip side, posting content that your clients don't care about. Same thing either way. So let's say you got on the content marketing train. You have a podcast of your own, maybe, if you're just like big brain. Maybe you regularly post on social media, short form, Reels, TikTok. Maybe you're on some sort of thing like X or Blue Sky or Instagram Threads or whatever. You're writing content. Maybe you have a blog. Maybe you have a YouTube channel, whatever it is. You finally got in, you're like, I'm going to create content. I'm big brain. I'm smart. But here's where things fall apart. You do exactly what so many other people do. And that is, I'm going to create content that I care about. So you end up writing for your peers instead of your clients. So if you're a designer, maybe you're out there trying to impress other designers with all of your Figma tips and tricks. And your clients don't care about any of that stuff. They just care about, is this website going to look good and convert, bring me clients, bring me customers? Or in some cases, maybe you are creating content for your clients, for your ideal clients. But the problem is, instead of showing how you solve problems, you're trying to look smart. You're getting into all the technical details, all the things that they don't really care about. They don't even know about. They shouldn't know about. And while this isn't the worst thing in the world, it at least makes you look like an expert. I assume you are an expert if you're posting this sort of stuff. But again, your clients just want to know that you can help them get results. And you don't have to post genius level, top tier content talking about all the intricate details of how you work and how you operate in order to make your clients understand how you help them. So when you're posting about your favorite plugins or your design workflows, and your clients just want to know, will this get me more leads? Or will this get me the sound that I want? Or will this get me the look that I want? Clients don't care. Clients don't care how you bake a cake. They just want to know that it's not shitty, it's not dry on the inside. So instead, talk about what you do, but talk about how that leads to the outcomes that your clients want. The shit they care about, in other words. So whether it's more sales, it's less stress you're selling, better leads, more opportunities, more fans, cherished memories, whatever it is that you sell, whatever outcome it is that you sell, talk about how the thing that you do leads to that and speak the language that your client uses when they're frustrated. When you start to do this, hey, maybe your engagement goes down because you realized I'm posting stuff for likes, for shares, for comments, for vanity metrics, instead of for DMs and inquiries and the 3 people who might care about this that are actually paying clients. You'll start to see a shift in what happens. Your content may not be getting as many likes, but it's getting results. And there was a really interesting case study that Alex Ramosi posted probably a couple of years ago. It was a girl on Instagram. She had like 6,000 followers, but through that 6,000 followers, because she was just posting content that her ideal clients cared about and used language that they could understand, she was bringing in over $1 million as a solo entrepreneur just from that 6,000 person Instagram, which is wild. She said, forget all the vanity metrics. I am just posting for my people. So that is big, dumb, stupid, idiot mistake number 2. And that is posting content for other people that are just like you, other designers, other music producers, other videographers, or posting content for your clients about things they don't care about. Same kind of thing. Either way, your clients don't care. Big, dumb, stupid, idiot mistake number 3 is creating a freebie that no one asked for and then calling it your lead magnet. You've heard me talk about lead magnets on this podcast before. You've heard me talk about building an email list. You've heard me talk about a bunch of things on this podcast, and maybe you finally latched onto this. Or maybe weeks ago, months ago, you finally did this and it's been sitting around not getting downloaded. Well, it's because you spent 2 weeks making a 17-page PDF called the Ultimate Website Palette Color Workbook. The Ultimate Website Color Palette Workbook. That's what was in my head. Something like that. Or you created something called the Bedroom Producer's Guide to Mixing on Headphones. And then nobody downloaded it. Nobody wanted it because nobody asked for it. What happens many times is you hear an idea that sounds great and you try to implement it yourself alone in a room without any sort of external validation, without any sort of demand check. And so you end up solving imaginary problems that they don't necessarily care about. So the simple fix for this is instead to just ask your clients, what are they actually stuck on? And then build something dead simple that solves the problem. So something like a first step resource, something that solves a clear problem. This is the first step, the clear problem, but you fully solve that clear problem. And the best type of lead magnet makes the problem worse in the best way. Here's what I mean, because that sounds bizarre. Why would a lead magnet make their problem worse? A good lead magnet, and I personally haven't even mastered this myself. I was looking through my own business and some of our clients thinking, why did some of our lead magnets better than others? Why are some of our clients' lead magnets better than others? And looking at the ones that actually work the best towards getting clients is the lead magnets built urgency for what it is that you offer. So here's just a few examples, random examples. One is for web designers. And this is a bad example. A bad one would be Beginner's Guide to Web Design. There's so many things wrong with that. It's no client of a web designer cares about web design. So it's for other web designers. It's for beginners, which you don't really want, et cetera, et cetera. A better version of this would be 5 design mistakes that are costing you clients and you don't even know it. Or you could say customers or conversions, whatever kind of words you want to use there, 5 design mistakes. The reason this sort of thing works, it forces your clients to put their websites on trial, essentially, where now they're looking at it through a new lens. Do I make any of these 5 mistakes? Are these costing me money? Are these costing me clients? Are these costing me leads? Are these costing me conversions? Are these costing me sales? So by basically bringing up the problem and agitating it more, now I realize how bad I have it. And now I need this web designer to make my stuff better. That's the goal. Your portfolio and your past work and your case studies have to support that fact that you can help that problem. But see how this lead magnet builds desire versus just solves a small problem that gets them to run away. Here's one for music producers. A weak one would be how to mix your own vocals like a pro. How many times I've seen this guide? How to mix your own vocals like a pro. Here's a stronger one. This still isn't the best, but it's definitely stronger. So title for this would be something like why your vocals still sound amateur even after 20 plugin tweaks. For your producer, you know what this means. The reason this sort of thing works is because it calls out a real pain that primes them to realize that they actually need outside help. The goal is not to educate them on how to do a thing that you do. It's how to educate them on the things that they're doing now aren't going to give them the results that they want and why they need to hire you to do it. I'll give you one more example. There's another design example. Bad example would be best fonts for small businesses. I don't think any business on earth cares about the best fonts for small businesses. Here's a better one. Something like the number one visual mistake that makes people leave your site in 3 seconds. Or if you want to make it how to fix the number one mistake that makes people leave your site in 3 seconds. Either way, what this does is it hooks them with anxiety and curiosity. They're thinking, am I making the mistake similar to before? And now they need to know if they're guilty of this. Again, it's putting their own website on trial. But no matter what sort of idea or approach you do, validating this with past clients in Facebook communities, we've done this a lot with our clients, is posting these sorts of ideas in Facebook communities and seeing if they're valid at all. As dead as Facebook might be for a lot of people, the communities are still alive and well. And now you even have tools like AI to help you brainstorm these sorts of things and do sort of market research. And it's not the same. It's not going to help you validate an idea or not. It can help you flesh ideas out. So that's big, dumb, stupid mistake number 3 is creating a freebie that no one asked for and calling it your lead magnet. Let's move to number 4 now. That is, you never talk about your offer. You're posting tips, you're posting insights, you're even posting hot takes, but never once did you say, hey, I can help you with this, and here's how. I've seen freelancers, again, moving into the content world. Not everyone does content marketing, and some of you do nothing at all. but I've seen people, they'll move into the content marketing world, they'll start posting on social media, whether it's reels or shorts or on LinkedIn if you're in the B2B world. And people are reading your content. Maybe you're getting some impressions, some engagement, some likes, some comments. Great. But over time, if you never talk about what you offer, people just assume that you're talking about these things and giving free advice because you want to be a thought leader. If you know that term, it's kind of cringe, but the thought leader is what a lot of people on LinkedIn are trying to become, because the thought leader is who people follow. The thought leaders who gets hired and promoted. So you train all these followers to consume all of your content, but they never convert because they never talk about what it is you offer. Or worse, you just never post anything at all, which is the worst thing of all. So not only are you never talking about what it is that you offer, you're just never talking at all. You just don't exist out in the world. So instead, mention your offer regularly. You can keep it casual, you can keep it confident. You can add call to actions in the content that you create. It just basically says, this is what I help with. DM me if you need help, if you need support, if you want advice on this. The biggest thing is just to assume people don't know. Assume nobody knows what you do and keep reminding them. Because even when they hear it, they're going to forget it a week from now. We all have stuff going on in our lives. We just assume we're the main character in this world. Everyone's guilty of this. We're all the main character, right? And so of course, everyone knows what I do. I'm the main character. So why wouldn't they know what I do? I post every day. They like my stuff. They comment on my stuff. They know what I do. I'm the main character, but you're not. Everyone else is the main character. You're just a side character. You're an NPC. So you got to keep reminding them, the Mr. or Mrs. main characters of the world, this is what I do. This is how I can help you. If you need help, DM me. Do this thing. Fill this form out. Book a call. Whatever it is that your call to action is. So this is one of the most common ones on this entire list, is because most freelancers just never talk about what they do. So that's number 4. Never talking about your offer, how you can help people. Number 5. Number 5. I laugh at these before I go through them because I'm just thinking, when I plan these episodes, I'm like in sassy mode, writing stuff down that I want to talk about, and I make up words. You'll know what I mean in a second. Number 5 is you're hiding behind like branding instead of doing outreach or something related to marketing. You're hiding behind something. It's not always branding, but think about this. We have a lot of designers listen to the show, so you can probably relate to this. And even in the music production world, videography world, copywriter world, like all the other other listeners that listen to the show, you still do some version of this. And it can still be branding. You redid your logo for like the 3rd time. You updated your color palette. You changed your font. You obsessed over your Instagram bio, but you haven't sent a single DM. You haven't launched a new batch of ads. You haven't sent a cold email. You haven't followed up with a single client in the past month. And so you're calling it branding. It's part of the business. I have to have a good front image, whatever. I have to have a good brand, a good visual brand. But this is not branding. It is avoidance. It is my made up word of procrastination. You are procrastinating by doing something that is self-pleasure. That's all it is. You enjoy doing this stuff, and so you do it all day. But that rebrand won't fix your pipeline. Those new fonts are not going to bring new leads. The new colors are not going to bring new clients. A new Instagram bio, it's not going to change the fact that you've posted maybe 10 times the last 10 months. A fun fact about my personal Instagram, if you go there, it's at Brian Hood with 2 zeros, BRIANH00D on Instagram. Nothing to see there unless you've never been there. I think my wedding photo, let me look at this. I'm going to confirm this. My wedding photo is in my top 6 of all my photos. I got married beginning of 2019. Now I get away with this because my personal Instagram is not my source of clients. But the point is this, you're out there playing dress up in your business instead of getting more people in the door. You keep repainting the facade instead of getting more people in the front door. You end up repackaging instead of just selling the damn product. And I'm talking about like from a branding perspective. But a lot of you are like, no, I haven't rebranded. I've got the same everything. And I'm just trying to run my business. But it's for many of you, you keep rebooting your website. You keep reorganizing your Notion dashboard for like the 9th time, or it's all the like dozens of hours you spent researching new gear. You're on forums. Oh my God. What used to be called the Gear Sluts Forum, they rebranded to something else. I forget. They should have rebranded to Gear Lust. But when you are a self-proclaimed gear slut and you spend hours and hours and hours researching new gear, that is procrastination. And we all have things of doing this. My procrastination tends to be education. I'm sitting and just consuming content instead of actually putting stuff out in the world, instead of doing things. So I've significantly cut back on my content consumption over the past year. And when you know, my business is blown up. Now, granted, I don't do zero content, but I do much less than I did before. So let's talk about what to do instead. Instead of redesigning, instead of making a new logo, reach out to all your past clients before you do that thing, before they do the thing you love. Do something uncomfortable, cold outreach, or you're implementing a new paid ads campaign. I know that's scary. I know there's a lot of stuff that you don't know what to do there, but you do it before you do the comfortable stuff like branding, like web design, like gear research. And there's something called good enough. It's your visual identity is good enough. Your gear is good enough. Your creative skills are good enough. The information you have about whatever it is you've been researching obsessively for the past 3 months is good enough. Spend your time and energy and bandwidth bringing on new leads, creating crystal clear messaging, trying new things, experiments that are going to then become normal parts of your business. Because I'm going to go back to the first thing I said in this episode. The first big dumb thing is you're only marketing when you're desperate. When you start experimenting with things and you start doing new things, you start to see what works and what doesn't work. And the things that work, you can keep doing. And that can become part of your regular routine. That 1, 2, 3, whatever the 1, 2, 3 is for you specifically. And once you know the 1, 2, 3 for you specifically, you continue to run it over and over again in the high times and the low times. And you'll start to see the high times are still there, but the low times are not quite as low as they used to be. And the high times are still there. And then the low times get a little bit better. And eventually there are no high or low times. There was only up, but you won't get there if you keep doing any of these 5 big, dumb, stupid marketing things. So if you find yourself falling into these traps, you want out and you want our help, I'll do the same thing I just promoted in this episode. I'll tell you about what we do, how we help. This is literally what I do all day, every day. I spend time obsessing over client acquisition. That's the thing that I've fallen into, acquiring new clients. I care about that a lot. We have a whole team built around this. I've gotten people way smarter than me that's built way bigger businesses than me. People that have built $3.7 million a year agency. He sold it off. That's one of our coaches. Another guy was head of marketing for a $10 million a year software company. Copywriters selling millions and millions of dollars worth of products and services with their copy. People who have consulted 8-figure businesses, some of our coaches. And so we can help you by first creating an entire customized client acquisition strategy. We build it out for you. We pitch it to you. See if you like it. See if you don't like it. If you don't want to do it, we won't force you to. We can part ways. You owe us nothing. Or if you like the plan that we create for you, we will coach you through implementing it. And then once we build that client acquisition strategy out for you, we will continue to support you as other problems in your business come up. Because once you build it, you want to optimize it. You want to make it better. Once you optimize it, make it better, you want to continue to increase your income. Once you increase your income, you want to solve the other 10 problems that come along with that. These are all things that my team has done dozens of times, if not hundreds of times. And I'd love to help you with it. So if you want help with this, go to sixfigurecreative.com/coaching, fill out the short application there and see if you're a good fit. And this is specifically for those of you who you keep doing the same thing over and over again and it's not working. You keep trying new things and it's not working. Maybe your marketing allergy has come from the fact that you have tried this over and over again and marketing doesn't work for you for whatever reason. Paid ads didn't work for you for whatever reason. Content marketing didn't work for you for whatever reason. I can promise you it does work. You're just not doing it right. And that's not a bad thing. It's not even casting shade on you. I'm not insulting you. I'm just telling you that's how it is. Marketing is a thing because it works. Every business on earth that is successful, past a certain point at least, has figured this out. Freelancers and some service providers are the only ones who get by with just referrals and word of mouth. And that's okay as well. If you can just stay completely booked up, solid, consistently with just word of mouth, continue to do that. But at a certain point, you're going to hit this big lull and word of mouth just isn't doing it anymore. And at a certain point, you have to figure out marketing because the thing that you've been relying on your entire life is no longer working. If that is you, go to sixfigurecreative.com/coaching, fill out the questionnaire, learn the skill of marketing. At the best, it will solve your client acquisition issues and gets you new clients. At the worst, it brings you in new skills that you can monetize in some other ways. We have people that have moved into marketing roles after this because they find that they just have a knack for marketing. They like doing it. Sure, it works for them, or they struggle with it because their skill set wasn't quite there skills-wise when it comes to the creative skills. But if that's you, if you're the kind of person that you feel like you want to move into marketing, you're probably already obsessed with this sort of stuff. But either way, sixfigurecreative.com/coaching, fill out the short questionnaire, and we'll see if it's a good fit. That's all I got for you this week. That's probably all I got for you for this big, dumb, stupid idiot series. I don't know. I was just being extra for this podcast series. I thought it was a funny title. Some people will disagree, but I got a trio out of it, so that's nice. All right. See you next week. Bye.